Meet Elizabeth Ifeanyichukwu, a talented model and creative enthusiast born into a family of 8 where creatives thrive. With both parents being creatives, Elizabeth's early life was a canvas of art and imagination. Her father, an artist, would spend hours drawing her, and her brother also using her as a muse.
I'm from a big family of 8. I have 4 brothers and 2 sisters. I would say growing up was actually fun because I'm from a family of creatives. My mom was a teacher, my dad was an artist, but then he started architecture, so we had to move from one place to another. So I didn't actually grow up in a particular place. My early childhood was in Ghana. That was where I attended primary school. And then at a point, he got some jobs that moved us back to Nigeria. And that was how I finished my secondary school. And then I got into National Open University because as a child, they would always use me to model. Either my dad wants to draw something and then he uses me to model, or my brother wants to take pictures because he was a photographer then, and then he would always use me as his muse. So that was how I even picked interest in modeling. I'm a student of National Open University, Nigeria, and I'm studying business administration. A lot of people will ask me why I chose to be in Open University, but I would say my choice for that school was because my career had already started long before then. I was doing modeling, but I was not really a professional athlete. I was more collaborating and freelancing. But then I got signed in London, Paris, and Milan at the same time. So while I was in university, I had to defer for 1 year and then travel out to give modeling a professional trial and everything.
She believes that education is just as important as passion, and she has worked hard to balance her career and academics. Elizabeth's journey into modeling was not without its challenges. She faced numerous rejections, but with perseverance and determination, Elizabeth eventually got a breakthrough after a series of collaborations.
I would say balancing my career and my academics has kind of been easy because I have a schedule with my international agents. They know when I have to write exams in school and they know when I have to do some jobs there. So they always work within my time schedule. And I would always prioritize education over passion. Education is very important. Forget what people say about school being a scam and all. You need to be educated. And because I see myself in a very higher position in the next 5 years, I just need to have education. That was why I chose business admin. My journey into modeling has been kind of rough, I would say, and quite interesting because when I started, it was really hard to get photographers to collaborate with. So I had to start collaborating with makeup artists, and they would introduce me to some photographers that they would want to photograph me. Because as a aspiring model, you don't have any image of yourself to show that, oh yes, you're a model. And photographers love to collaborate with people who they've gone through their page and they've seen works that they've done. So it was easier for me to start working with makeup artists who later introduced me to some photographers, and that was how I got some pictures, and then I was able to post and build my portfolio. And then other photographers started reaching out to me and then they wanted to work with me. And that was also how I got scouted to my international agencies, and that was how I traveled and began working. Some of the challenges I've faced in modeling is rejection. And I want you to know that it's not about you, because I was rejected a lot of times and I began questioning myself. I was almost depressed because I was like, why do people say, oh, you have the face, you have the body, but then you get to castings and then you just get thanks for coming, you don't get booked the jobs. But then I got to understand that it's not about you. Everybody is unique, but sometimes the designers are looking for some specific requirements that they need in a model. Sometimes maybe they want you a bit slimmer, they want you a bit fatter, so it's based on their own preferences. So don't ever take things too personal when you get rejected. But rejection is one of the major factors that I have faced as a model.
With memorable moments, including heartfelt appreciations from friends who gives her strength and support. Through her exposure to the creative world, Elizabeth realized that creativity knows no bound.
My most memorable moment in modeling, I would say, was when I worked for Adobe Lightroom. because first of all, the set was amazing. You know, you don't always get to work with creatives who are all nice and everything. But the team I worked with, they were super nice. They always made sure I was fed. They always made sure I looked good and I was happy and the shoot was going well. And then again, after the shoot was published and everything, I would get lots of pictures and screenshots of friends telling me, oh my God, when I opened Lightroom, I saw you as the cover of Lightroom and everything. And it was really amazing to see that when you download an app, I'm the first model that you're seeing on the app. So it was one of my best memories. When I did a job in London, it was for a Muslim brand called Sabira. So I got to experience how people's culture inspires their creativity and their designs. And that has made me open-minded. It has taught me how to be inclusive. It has taught me how to appreciate different cultures. It has taught me that creativity does not have any border. I've been to Milan and I've been to Paris. I did a couple of shoots and some runways there. And I met with some friends over dinner, some Italian friends, and I got to know more about their culture. And I found out that the Italians are actually very traditional. They're kind of like Nigerians, where African parents, the way they act and the way they teach their children how to behave and all, it's kind of similar to the Italians. They are more traditional, they are more family oriented, and it has made me understand that, it has exposed me to meeting different people. I get to work with creatives who are from different cultures, different races. It has exposed me to different backgrounds.
She aspires to become a bigger brand, to express herself more through storytelling and create a space where other creatives can excel.
When I get this question where I want to be in 5 years from now, I can't really answer that, because as I grow, as I experience different things, my interest changes. So I would say 5 years ago that I would want to see myself on billboards. I want to see myself working on big shows and modeling for big brands. But as I traveled, it exposed that hidden talent in me, which is content creation. I love storytelling. I love to create long-lasting memories. I see myself owning a content space, getting to express myself through my art, through storytelling. I get to have lots of creative come around, express themselves too, and inspire people through our art.
Elizabeth's advice to young women is simple yet profound. She's an example of a woman who follows her passion, who never gives up and keeps learning. And with determination and hard work, Elizabeth shows us that any girl can be anything she sets her mind to.
So the world is actually evolving, and we're not in the age where young girls will just be married off and then they don't get to pursue their dreams or their career or their aspirations. So I feel like in the world we are now, there are lots of opportunities for young girls to be whatever they want to be. So to every young girl there, I would advise you follow your passion. Don't let anyone talk your passion down. Don't let anyone tell you you're dreaming too big and it's not going to be possible. And do not give up. Make sure you're on the lookout, make sure you're researching, make sure you're in tune with all that is happening, and make sure you follow that your passion to make sure you achieve what you want to achieve, because I believe everybody can be what they want to be as long as they are focused, they are determined, and they are confident in themselves. My message to every young girl out there: keep striving. Don't let anyone talk you out of your passion. Your dreams are valid. Always remember that self-confidence is the most attractive quality you can ever have, and I hope to see you at the top. My name is Elizabeth Emilie, and this is my Girl Power story. This is a shout out to Girl Power magazine. Thank you for telling stories about young African women that really inspire.